Hello everybody, my name is KirkpattieCake. I am an author and robot, and today I'm going to be doing something that I will probably come to regret. AuthorTube WIP tag. And why would I come to regret this? Well, I'm not necessarily affiliated with AuthorTube. I just read books and I want to talk about the books that I'm reading. So I make videos about them. But I primarily write. I love writing. I went to school to learn how to write better, or at least to force me to write, and I mean, it's worked. I have that going for me. So I'll tell you about what my current project is, and maybe you don't care, but you know what? I'm having a good time. So question number one, what is the working title for your book? And the working title for my current work is Boom, Boom, Boom. I know. Riveting stuff. Can you guess what it's about? Question number two, where did the idea come from for your book? So I'm not sure how much to go into this because there's a question later that's who or what inspired the book. So where did the idea come from the book? Technically, I had this character already in my backlog somewhere going, this is the type of character that I want to make. That's Jan, the main character. And I presented this character to a family member and said, so I have this character, I'm trying to figure out a story. She mentioned social media, and then the ideas just all exploded as to what I could do with this actual character. So I'll answer the inspiration for the character and give more details later on. I just didn't want to repeat myself. Number three is, what genre does your book fall under? Boom, Boom, Boom would fall under satire, possibly satire thriller, but it's pretty ridiculous. Question four, which actors would you choose to play in your movie rendition? Well, I'm kind of the shame of the acting undergraduate degrees because I went into theater not really paying attention to actors, and I came out of theater still not paying attention to actors. So I don't know, probably new faces, but this is what my main character Jan looks like, and this is what his love interest looks like in my head and in the way that I'm writing them. So anybody that looks similar to these, I would be cool with. New talent would be awesome. And for Alex, I don't have any. At least Jan looking like this with the curly hair is kind of important. I don't know who that falls under though. Question five, what is your one-sentence synopsis of your book? United States government kidnaps Ukrainian YouTuber who makes bombs for fun, and he doesn't know that he's been kidnapped. Something like that. Question number six is, will your book be self-published or represented by an agency? It will be represented by Steakhouse Books, where we have the best hooks and stories, rare and well done. Question number seven, how long did it take you to write the first draft of your manuscript? Well, currently, Boom is in its first draft. I'm about 60,000 words into it, and by current projections, I should be done with it in the first week of June, at least the first draft, in the first week of June, probably a day or two after June starts. And that will make it about 2 months for this first draft. My upcoming novel, Bleed More, Body More, took 3 months-ish to get the first draft done, and then another month to revise it and everything. But this one is going on 2 months come the beginning of June. And that's going to be the fastest that I've ever written a first draft. I know, I'm getting faster. It's all in the focus, I swear. I told myself that I was going to write it last month, and then I just only got 15,000 words. And so this month I was like, freaking getting it done. I'm doing a mini nano, a nano of 1, and I'm pretty on task. Question 8 is, what other books would you compare this story to? And I can't actually answer this question yet because I don't really read a lot of satire thriller or political satire necessarily. So I'm not at that part where I'm doing comp titles yet, so I couldn't tell you what is necessarily similar to it. But if anybody has some suggestions for me to look at, let me know in the comments down below. Number 9 is, who or what inspired you to write this book? Okay, so this is the story, and it's really not that complicated at all. So a couple of years ago, I was watching Strange Angel, the TV show about Jack Parson, the father of modern rocket fuel, and it kind of just followed his life and, going into crazy demonic cults, becoming a Thalemite, all of that noise. But watching Jack Parsons' character in that show, why was Jack Parsons so inspiring? I don't really know. You know, I can't really tell you, but I can tell you that I'm not normally into facial hair, but this man, this dude has just the right amount of class and eccentricity. Just look at the crazy in his eyes. That's not just crazy. That's loving what he does. I know it's an actor, but very cute. I just leave the demonic cult thing at the door, and I'm so down for that look. However, Jan was not inspired by that specific. I loved his eccentricity. I loved his personality. He was kind of terrible at times though, but I loved his energy and his passion for what he was doing. And I wanted to create a character who was just as passionate about something and kind of had a knack for something. And it was literally just watching this guy with this personality and me being like, I want a character who's really, 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 really into something. And that formed Jan, who was really, really into bombs and chemicals. I don't really know why Jan. I got the name, I got the image in my head as I showed you, and I got bombs. And so then I just had that kid sitting in my head for years because I watched Strange Angel when season 2 had just come out, and I think it had just recently been canceled. So it was a couple of years ago. But I'd had him sitting in my head, and just a couple of months ago, I went to a family member and said, okay, so I have this character. He's an eccentric bomb maker. He's just an innocent kid. He's Ukrainian or Russian. At that time, it was going to be either or. Because I could hear the accent when he speak, and I knew what his personality was going to be, but I didn't know if it was going to be Russian or Ukrainian. And so then the family member, after I presented this character to him, was like, but what could he get involved in? Like, why would he be making bombs? And then she brought up, what if he was doing it for a YouTube channel? And then that just exploded into the whole idea of the book, which is he's a Ukrainian bomb maker. He just does videos of making bombs with materials that he can find because he likes the explosion. He's got a knack for it. He likes the taste. He likes the feeling. He is very connected with it. And then the United States government, and he lives on the border between Ukraine and Russia. And one day, the United States government finds his YouTube channel and sees him making bombs, and so they send some sponsors to go and give him some military-grade materials for making bombs right there along the Russian border, because they're hoping that something will happen. And chaos ensues. That's pretty much how it begins, and it's kind of a ridiculous premise, but also everybody in the story is pretty ridiculous. The feds are the most ridiculous, and it's gonna be fun. I think number 10 is what else about your book might pique the reader's interest. Well, number 1, if you've gotten to know me around this channel, I'm kind of morbid, I'm kind of cynical. I'm not necessarily morbid. Yeah, I know you guys are morbid. Look at the freaking Lemoyes. But I'm kind of cynical. I'm a realist. I do exaggerations a lot. So if you're interested in exaggerations, which is part of satire, you'll be into it. But also, this is kind of a different, a step aside, different from what I've done so far, which with Bleed More, Body More, and Dead and Dry, which both are kind of depressing-ish, both are sad or deal in death. And despite this one dealing with bombs, there's actually no death in it, at least so far as it is now. Now, by the time this comes out, or, come the beginning of June, somebody might die. I don't know. But as it currently stands, the book is not actually about death. It's more positive. It has like a lighter feel to it. And you got the main character is just a wholesome Ukrainian that just wants to have a good time. He falls in love with girl at first sight and going to make her his husband. And he's going to make her his wife, and it's just so cute, and it's so, yeah, she's not that into it. But, if you want the punk rock chick whose dad works for the mainstream media, and the Ukrainian bumpkin who falls in love with her at first sight because of her pretty blue hair, it's gonna be so cute, it's gonna be so fun, it's gonna be so ridiculous that just, I think that's what would pique readers' interest. Honestly, the innocent, wholesome character, how often do you get that? And some snark that can be put on by putting on Blake's clothing. Blake is the female love interest. It's, I don't know. it's different for me, and I'm really, really looking forward to the revision phase when I can start bumping up the personalities and really carving out the specifics of the story, because I don't go as hard in the first draft to pull out the characters as I do in this, and I'm already getting ideas for areas that I want to pull out and areas I want to refine. And so if you're looking for a good time, boom, 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 that's pretty much it. So that is my AuthorTube WIP questions. I tag anybody who's watching this video who hasn't already done this, who is working on something. I'll copy all of the questions and pin them to the comments down below. So if you want to either respond with a video or respond in the comments because you're an author too, please do it. I would love to hear what you're working on. I hope this was enjoyable for you. I don't know how much of the process anybody's really interested in, but at the very least, I'll be able to look back at this once Boom 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 is more revised and see just where it's come from. With all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. I look forward to hearing about your guys' projects down below, and I guess I'll see you on the Loin stream tomorrow, maybe. If you want to know what Loin stream is, come on over to minds.com. Final thing is Dead End Drive, the audiobook, will be on sale through the month of June for audiobook month. So if you want to get a copy of the audiobook, fantastic audiobook with fantastic talent. It's a pretty much audiobook meets audio drama. So good. The voice talent. I can't compliment my own skills because that's not seen as humble, and it's setting myself up for failure. I know this isn't gonna look good. I'm gonna go before I make it any worse. Thank you again so much for stopping by. Have a good Thursday, and don't die.
The only people who should come are those who want to meet their monsters.
If this is what Agatha wants, I don't know how we can even dispute it. Show me your teeth.
I change lives, baby.
And I end them. Sweetheart, no bargains hold. Only fools know restraint.
Only losers lose!
If your scissors are dull, may I recommend sharpening them with leather?
I think I hit you.
Mima says I must have a guardian angel.
To enter the ring but abstain from playing is suicidal. Your virtue makes you nothing but a liability.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.